Hey, how's it going? Andy here. Today I'm going to give you guys 3 tips to get a good deal on video games off of eBay. Now, as a full disclaimer, I'm not saying if you follow these tips you will always get a good deal on retro video games on eBay. Honestly, it all really comes down to just having good luck and just being at the right place at the right time. Now, these are just some things that I've done that I've noticed kind of helped me get a good deal, but like I said, it all really comes down to luck, just being in the right place at the right time when it comes to buying retro video games on eBay. So tip number 3 is to set a goal price in mind. So what this is going to help you do is to avoid bidding wars and avoid you overspending on certain stuff. So what I like to do is I like to see, let's say for example, I'm looking for Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo. I'll look on price charting, which I know isn't necessarily the best tool, but it gives you an idea for what is selling because it gives you an average of what is selling. So I'll look up the price, then I'll find an auction, and I'll set a price based off of that. So normally I like to go about $10 under what it's selling, which I think is still a good deal, because normally if you go to like a retro game store, I've seen Final Fantasy 3, just as an example, sell for like 40, 45 bucks, sometimes 50. So that saves you a little bit because they always, they have to add it up markup price. Not all game stores do this, but, they do a markup on it. But what I like to do is I like to go $10 to $15 depending on the game underneath of what it actually sells for. This way I'm more comfortable spending less money. That's just me. I like saving money, but I also like spending money. So I like to set just a gold price in mind. A good example is I was actually bidding on a gold Game Boy Pocket with the box. I'm pretty sure it was complete. I was like, I like this, I want it, I don't want to go over $50. So I put my max bid at $50. I was doing good, and then it ended up selling for, I believe it was like 65-ish, plus shipping. So that's another thing I like to do, is see how much shipping is. Then I'll also base how much I actually want to spend with that. So that's a good thing to do. Also, like I said, it helps save you money. It helps you basically just set a price that you're comfortable paying for something. Now, don't expect to get like $100 or $150 game for 20 bucks. If you do, congrats. Odds are it's probably not going to happen. So you have to be realistic. Like I said, I like to try to go $10 to $15 depending on the game underneath of what it's worth to try to see if I can win that way. Tip number 2 is something I've actually had a lot of luck with, and that's buying broken systems and broken games. Now, for the most part, the games and systems have worked. So far, I've only had one system that just didn't work. That's only because the battery corrosion on the terminals, whereas an original Game Boy, were really bad. And one of them ended up breaking off. So it unfortunately didn't work. But again, I didn't spend that much money. I spent like $5 plus I think it was like $7 shipping. So I really wasn't in the hole for that much. So I've had a lot of luck, like I said, buying broken systems. Notably N64s. You can get a lot of N64s from Japan that are not working, which I know they're Japan systems, so you have to do a little bit of modification to actually play American games, but you can get these really, really cheap. Like, for example, I got a gold N64 from Japan. It was marked as not working. Got it for, I think, around $35. That's with shipping. All I needed was a jumper pack. It's sometimes that simple. Again, you do have to be cautious when doing this because sometimes it could be just plain out dead. It could be a dead system. But I've had a lot of good luck with it. Another good example is I've actually bought a Ice Blue N64 that was marked as not working, and it also came with 3 games, a controller, and all the hookups for $25. What was wrong with it? The reset button was just stuck. That's the easiest fix ever. All you have to do is take it apart, pop out the reset button, clean it, and you're good to go. So a lot of these systems are dirty. Like I said, a lot of them are marked as not working, and it's a super simple fix. I will say I wouldn't do something like that. I wouldn't buy a non-working like disk-based system, only because those are super complicated. That's not something I would recommend, but cartridge-based systems that are marked as not working, I would definitely check them out. And to go along with that, Japanese systems you can usually get really cheap, or Japanese games you can get super cheap. For example, right here I have Mega Man X2, also known as a Rockman X2. I got this for like $10, which is not bad considering how the American version, the North American version, or the English version, it's like right now it's about $100 game, but when I got this, it was around a 150. It was around like 150 or so, I believe. So $10 is basically the same, and it plays just fine. Now the last tip I have for you is be consistent. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it's all about luck and just being at the right place at the right time when it comes to eBay. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. As long as you're consistent, you will find good deals. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't find good deals all the time. Sometimes I slightly overpay for something, or I'm at that average of what the game or system sells for. But a lot of the times, I can find a good deal on games and systems. It's just the luck of the draw. I mean, if you're consistent, like I said, you will find these deals. Now, I honestly, I check eBay almost every day. I don't always bid on stuff, but I just check to see what is available. And also, you can check Buy It Now. It's like, I always recommend auctions, but sometimes you can find really good deals. Buy It Now. Now, you do want to make sure the game is actually legit, because I know there's a lot of Pokemon games out there. Really just a lot of Nintendo games out there that are just faked. So just be careful with that. But yeah, stay consistent and you will find good deals. Well, hopefully these 3 tips help you guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Also, in the comments down below, let me know what your best eBay find was. And if you're not subscribed, consider... Oh my god. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.